So for the last probably 17 years, on New Year's Day, I've watched the Tournament of Roses parade, which is just wonderful. And the last couple of years, HGTV does uninterrupted coverage of it, so it's a whole lot more band than you get on the networks, which is the reason I watch. But this year, I usually DVR it so I can go through the floats and all that other worthless stuff. But this year I watched it live, and you listen to the commentary. Again, this is home and garden television. They talk about all sorts of flowers, and I know more about flowers than I've ever wanted to know. And seeds that are crushed up, and I didn't know that lettuce seeds were gray until, what was that, like 2 days ago? But now I know. And there's one pretty extensive period. There's this band from Allen, Texas that has 722 kids. And so while they were going across, it took them like 3 minutes to make a gate turn with all those people. So they're just talking about other stuff because they stopped playing at that point to make that turn. And so they're talking about all this other stuff, and they're talking about this one particular float. I don't know what it was, but whatever they were doing, whatever, all the materials have to be organic. So they had to find a way they were doing some wildlife thing for some particular animal, and they had to find a way to make these things, these little splotches, stick in certain places. And these are brilliant engineers that do all this stuff, and they do all this incredible stuff with floor. I mean, it's incredible the forces that it takes to make all this happen. So they're doing all this, and they're talking about how difficult it was to make these little splotches happen in these places. And they talked about the efforts they made, and then one really brilliant 10-year-old who was hanging out with mom one day said, "Hey, how about you do this? This is a thing that I learned in school. You put glue there, and then you sprinkle the stuff over it, and then you blow it away." And that worked. After hours and hours of all the things that they tried, after thousands of dollars of different efforts, all they had to do was create a space and allow things to happen.
Good morning.
So this morning, as we enter a new year, as we enter a new opportunity to do something great for God, how open are you to just let Him do things? Can you just be there and allow Him to move? All they needed was some glue, something that would hold the blessings. And they could sprinkle it down and it would stick. You've got to be open to receiving what God has for you, because He'll put it there, but you have to make it stick. This morning, we stand as we worship.